Welcome to Football with Cheese. Let's get right into this. We have breaking news. Well, by now it's probably a few hours old. The Steelers and Dolphins have pulled off a rare June 30th trade. You just don't see trades like this late in the off season. Before we get into it, make sure you subscribe, hit the bell, all that. You never want to miss one of my videos. So, Jonnu Smith is a tight end, very good receiving tight end. Played for, I guess this is his fourth team now. Titans, Falcons, Dolphins, now Steelers. There was a rumor he wanted a new contract, and the Dolphins and Smith were trying to work it out, or they'd trade him, and the rumor was the Steelers were interested. Also saw a rumor they were interested in Jalen Ramsey, the corner, who the Dolphins decided to part ways with. They mutually agreed. We thought a trade would be worked out much earlier than this, but he's owed a lot of money. But we did not expect, here at Football with Cheese, Minkah Fitzpatrick to be part of the deal. Here's the breakdown. Jalen Ramsey, cornerback, tight end Jonnu Smith, and a 2027 7th-round pick go to Pittsburgh. To Miami, Minkah Fitzpatrick, the safety, and the 2027 5th-round pick. So basically, the Steelers get two good players and move down from the 5th to 7th round, and the Dolphins receive one good player. Moving up from the 7th round to the 5th round, it's not a big move at all. I mean, it's better to pick in the 5th round than the 7th round, but the Dolphins need to get more than this. I guess Minkah Fitzpatrick had to be included to make sure the money worked, but the Dolphins are not having a great offseason, and it's getting worse. But first, let's talk about the Steelers' perspective. So the Steelers have Joey Porter Jr. at one corner spot and Darius Slay at another. And now they add Jalen Ramsey. All of a sudden, this is a really good cornerback room, and they can play a lot of man with this group. All three of the players are pretty good at man coverage. Darius Slay, obviously, is a veteran. He's not a player he once was. Jalen Ramsey's not the player he once was. Both those players used to be among the top 10, maybe top 5 corners in the league. They're older now, but they're still good. They're still good players. Jalen Ramsey's probably still a top 20 corner in the league. And Joey Porter Jr. had a promising rookie season, and he really struggled at times last year. Had some really bad games where he was beat. And if you're the Steelers, you're going for it. You signed Aaron Rodgers. You traded for DK Metcalf. Signed Darius Slay. They did trade away George Pickens. By the way, Dolphins, Steelers fans, I'm going to link my all-season recap videos in one of these boxes, so check those out if you have not. We talk all about that. But before this trade, I had the Steelers as a top 10 roster. I had them in the playoffs as a wild card. I don't necessarily think they're going to win the division. Baltimore Ravens are loaded. We will see. The Steelers actually led the division most of the year. They did collapse. Defense just fell apart. But Jonnu Smith gives them another weapon. Offensive coordinator Arthur Smith, he's been with him twice in Tennessee and Atlanta, and he knows the offense. And he's coming off a really good year. 88 catches last season for Jonnu Smith and 8 touchdowns. By far the best season of his career. And what the Steelers can do is play a lot of 12 personnel. You have Pat Freiermuth. He'll play the inline tight end. You can use Jonnu Smith out wide or in the slot. And you have DK Metcalf. And if teams want to take away Metcalf, because he's a very good wide receiver, down the field, they want to put a safety over top and make sure he doesn't beat you. Well, Jonnu Smith is going to eat underneath. He's going to get a lot of catches. They needed one more weapon, and they got it. And they didn't give up a lot of draft capital. The Steelers are probably going to go quarterback next year high in the draft. So they didn't give away any 2026 draft capital. They just moved down 2 rounds in 27. So I love this move for the Steelers. Okay, so they lost Minkah Fitzpatrick. Let's talk about that. They're okay because they do have Deshaun Elliott, played more the strong safety. He's, a good player, not a great player, probably above average. And you have Juan Thornhill. Juan Thornhill was a second-round pick of the Chiefs. He's about the same age as Minkah Fitzpatrick. I think they're both 29. And Thornhill's always just been maybe a slightly above average player, just solid, reliable type player. He's not a great player. But Minkah Fitzpatrick didn't have a great year. He used to be one of the best safeties in the NFL. 2022 season, he was incredible. But last year, the second half, did not play well. Part of the reason the Steelers' defense collapsed, the main reason was T.J. Watt's foot injury. More than likely, Minkah's inclusion in the trade had to do with money, and the Steelers had 3 capable starting safeties. Now they don't have much depth there. So if Thornhill or Elliott get hurt, they could be in a little trouble. But now they have a better cornerback room, and now they have a better chance against the Bengals, because we know how good the Bengals wide receivers are, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins. Now you have 3 good starting corners. Let's talk about the Dolphins. This is a head-scratcher. If you watch my Dolphins recap video, I don't think they're going to be a playoff team. I think they're going to be worse than last year when they went 8-9. The roster just isn't as good. They didn't do enough in the draft. They didn't do enough in free agency. And the safety room was terrible before this trade. There's no doubt about it after losing Javon Holland to the Giants. So Minkah Fitzpatrick, okay, improves the safety room. But listen to the cornerbacks that the Dolphins have. Storm Duck, great name, not a great player. Jason Marshall Jr., he's a rookie late-round pick. Ethan Bonner, Cam Smith, who's a second-round pick, and he's just been terrible. I mean, Isaiah Johnson, it's just a bad group. It's the worst cornerback situation in the NFL. The defense could really struggle. The defensive line could be really good. You have Bradley Chubb. You drafted Kenneth Grant. You have Jalen Phillips coming back from injury. Chop Robinson off the edge. But the rest of the defense could be really bad. But if you're giving up your tight end who had 88 catches and a really good corner in Jalen Ramsey, you need to get more than moving from the 7th to the 5th in the 2027 draft. I think the Dolphins are going to finish in last place in the East. I'm sorry, Dolphins fans, but this roster is just not great. The offensive line is bad. And the Jets and Patriots are improved, in my opinion. So this could be a really rough season. I think Mike McDaniel is very unlikely to be coaching the team in 2026. Just not a good situation. And you needed to get more draft capital than this. So Steelers fans, Dolphins fans, once again, check out the offseason recaps. And if you have not subscribed, like I said, please do so. Started this channel in January. It's going great. Please share this with anyone who loves football. We cover all 32 teams. We talk college football. We have an emphasis on the NFL draft. That was so much fun doing all those draft videos. And I'm almost done my off-season recaps. You can check them all out on my channel. I have 4 left, just the NFC East. I've recorded most of them. Later today, I'm going to publish my Dallas Cowboy off-season recap, where we talk about George Pickens, who's just traded from the Steelers. So, if you enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next video.